Robbie Earl's powerful header just wide was about as close as the Dons came to scoring as they concentrated mainly on defence at Pride Park. Dean Sturridge got a booking, not a penalty, after he went over in the area. Referee Jeff Winter saw no contact from Wimbledon's Andy Roberts. Costa Rican striker Paolo Wanchope had the ball in the net for Derby, but the offside flag was already up and no goal was given. The Rams continued to press forward after the break, but Joe Kinnear has his back four well organised, and the Dons are difficult to break down. This won't be the only goalless draw that Wimbledon are involved in away from home this season. Once more, Wanchope netted, but his push on Dons Republic of Ireland international defender Kenny Cunningham was an almighty one, and no amount of arguing is going to change the referee's mind. It ended Derby County 0, Wimbledon 0.
Leicester City provided a 21,000 Filbert Street crowd with the kind of display that 1,500 of their travelling fans had seen at Old Trafford on the opening Saturday. Though Emil Heskey ought to have done better with a 6-minute chance. Heskey's touch further downfield, not in question. Everton's defending certainly was, but keeper Thomas Mura was again relieved to see his goal remain intact after Muzzy Izzat's shot. The relief didn't last long as Theo Zagorakis spotted an opening and delivered a perfect pass for Tony Cottee to put Leicester ahead after 11 minutes with his second of the season. The former Everton striker getting behind Craig Shaw and reminding his former club of just how good a finisher he can be. Walter Smith may well wish he had him back, or at least that his current strikers could find the net as well. Nick Barmby the player with the missing touch. Leicester felt they deserved more than just a draw against Manchester United after leading 2-0. They opened up the same lead in this game as they produced some sparkling football, their best yet in the Premiership, claimed manager Martin O'Neill afterwards. Muzzy Izzat their second goal scorer. After Steve Guppy's cross, even an out-of-form striker would have fancied his chances with that one. The closest Everton came to their first goal of the season was a Duncan Ferguson header, expertly kept out by US international Casey Keller, and despite two half-time substitutions, including the introduction of new boy, old boy David Unsworth, they couldn't stop Leicester, who might have scored more. Leicester 2, Everton 0.
Coventry started this match in the mood to build on their opening day victory over Chelsea. George Boateng testing Dave Beasant in the first minute. It was to be a day to remember for 39-year-old Beasant. He was equal to everything Coventry threw at him. And it was a frustrating afternoon for the Sky Blues strikers. Noel Whelan foiled twice on this occasion. Beasant's opposite number in the Coventry goal, Magnus Hedman, was also called into early action. Thierry Bonalaire with the shot. Jean-Claude Darcheville's pace and power caused problems for Arsenal's experienced defence in Forest's defeat at Highbury. He worried Coventry too. Scott Gemmell's position at Forest is under threat following the arrival of Nigel Quasi from Queen's Park Rangers. But Gemmell showed he's not going to give up his place in the side without a fight. The first half was jam-packed with chances for both sides. Beasant again kept Coventry out with an agile save from Whelan's header. Excellent saves from both keepers, the only reason for the lack of goals in the opening 45 minutes. The only goal of the match came early in the second period. Beasant, of course, had to start it, and Forest's neat passing led eventually to Steve Stone. Suddenly, the home supporters' worries about their club were temporarily forgotten. Having scored once from outside the area, Stone had another go at beating Hedman from distance. Only this time, the goalkeeper wasn't really fast. Beasant assured Forest the points with a last-minute save from Gary Breen. But the overriding mood of the day was one of pessimism from the Forest supporters, despite their club's victory. Nottingham Forest 1, Coventry 0.
Two games into the season may seem a little early for talk of a crisis, but the fans at White Hart Lane can sense another relegation struggle developing, and they don't like it. Campbell came close with a header, but minutes later, the Owls were ahead. Wim Jonk sent over the free kick, and skipper Peter Atherton looped the header over Walker. 1-0. You could almost see the confidence draining from the Spurs players. But as the replay shows, the marking was absolutely woeful. David Ginola tried to get his teammates going again, and his performance throughout was exceptional in very difficult circumstances. That one just needed a touch. Benito Carbone's neat flick found Paolo Di Canio. It would have made a great goal if it had gone straight in, but Walker blocked, Booth battled, and Di Canio did the easy bit. While Di Canio did his lap of honour, Christian Gross and Chris Hughton pondered what to do next for Spurs. The left foot of Andy Hinchcliffe curled in the third for Wednesday from a free kick. His second league goal for the Owls, and from then on, Tottenham were playing for little more than pride. A beautiful strike from the former Everton man. Chris Armstrong should surely have scored for Spurs from close range, but it wasn't his day. It wasn't Tottenham's day, and the final whistle drew boos and cries of "what a load of rubbish" from those Tottenham fans who hadn't already left. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Sheffield Wednesday 3.
Went at it. In the 6th minute, Alan Wright with the cross, the flick on by Lee Hendry, and Julian Joachim is surfing the net. Goal.com for Joachim. And it's 1-0 Villa. Check it out. Great teamwork. Wright, Hendry, and then Joachim, the finish. It stayed that way until the second half. Defender Gary Charles in the action. Flick on by Lee Hendry. Got it. It's 2-0 Villa. Hendry helps out again as Gary Charles is in the net. But Middlesbrough was not done yet. The 62nd minute. Danish striker Mikkel Beck using the head, and it's too much for keeper Mark Bosnich. It's 2-1 now. But in the 78th minute, Alan Thompson with the free kick. He's going through the wall. Thompson scores. 3-1 the final. Aston Villa, the winner.